Good morning and welcome to your Turbo Kick Live instructor training. My name is Thor Bouts and I'm going to be leading you through today's workshop from start to finish. So today you're going to experience a lot. You're going to get to experience the class. You're going to learn how to cue, work on form and technique, all of that fun stuff, and by the end of the day you're going to become a Turbo Kick Live instructor. So my name is Thor Bouts, if I didn't introduce myself before. I've been teaching group fitness for about 5 years. I've been doing Turbo Kick Live for almost a decade now at this point. It is my jam, and I'm super excited and passionate to be training you to become an instructor yourself. Turbo Kick Live was actually my very first instructor training. Is this anybody else's first instructor training? Hands, show of hands. Great, you're in good company. I'm super excited that you chose to do this with me today. Just a little bit more about my fitness background. I did kind of stumble into fitness. This wasn't something that I initially sought out as far as a career path. My degree is in theater for youth, so I am an actor. I wait tables as well. When I moved to California, I decided to take Turbo Kick classes, and it was really my meat and potatoes as far as my own fitness routine. And then when I moved back to Oklahoma, there weren't any instructors, so I decided to become an instructor myself, and it's kind of been a progression from there. I've taught at many different gym locations as far as Gold's Gyms. I've taught at privately owned gyms as well as Devon Energy. I taught in their corporate fitness center. So that's just a little bit about my own fitness background. So we've already established this is some of your first trainings. Has anybody else been trained in any other kickboxing formats? Show of hands. Great. Does anybody have a general group fitness certification? Show of hands. Cool. Has anybody else been certified in anything other than Turbo Kick as far as Beachbody Live certification? Show of hands. Cool. So you're in good company. There's a lot of different experience across the board in this room. So I love to see that because the vets can learn from the newbies and the newbies can learn from the vets, and we're all just here to learn from each other and have fun. So just keep that in mind throughout the day. Here's some contact information as far as if you need to contact me after this training. My name is Thor. My last name is Bouts, B as in boy, A-U-T-Z. This is my Facebook handle. This is a little dot, and then it does say Bouts Brannon. If you really want to know why it says that, you can ask me after this training. Long story there. Instagram handle is at HammerDownFitness, and then you've got my email if you need it, and my phone number should you, in any case, need that as well. So here's our agenda for today, kind of breaking down what we're going to do throughout the day. We're in this 9 to 10:30 time slot. Now we're going to do the master class at about 9:30. We're going to talk about the class format from 10:30 to 12:15 after we take a little bit of a break, work on form and technique, talk about protein, go to lunch. Everybody likes food, so there's that. That's why I kind of put that in bold there. We'll talk about protein signups and get you signed up there. And then in the afternoon, we're going to work on musicality, cueing, and engagement. And then we'll do some next steps, what to do after this training, and wrap up with any questions, comments, and concerns that you guys have at the end of the day. So before we get into sort of what we're going to do today, let's take a moment to introduce one another. So you all know who I am, so let's go ahead and stand up, say your name and where you're from, if this is your first training, and a fun fact about yourself. Ready, set, go. Okay. And now that that's done, great. Now we're all familiar with each other and we know who each other are. Let's go ahead and talk about the instructor success pathway. So at the higher level, this is really what we're going to focus on today as far as getting you prepared to teach this class yourself. We're going to work on what the format is, so breaking it down from section to section, exactly what happens in each section throughout the workout. Then we're going to talk about technique, so really working on the way you perform the movements so that your class and your participants can mimic what you do, because I'm telling you, your students are always going to do whatever you do. Whether or not your form is bad or good, they're going to follow your lead. So we really want to make sure that you're leaving today feeling confident and ready to perform your best. We're also going to work on cueing. super scary. I know this is the most nervous part for a lot of people, is getting up and then actually like telling people what to do as far as the workout, and also engagement as in throughout the class, engaging with your participants and making them feel comfortable and successful. Each part of the workshop today is going to focus on these 4 things, and then by the end of the day, you're going to be able to do the following. Excuse me. Describe the format, structure, and essence of TurboKick Live classes. So don't worry, you don't have to write this down. This is just for reference. So there's that. Number 2, you're going to be able to name and demonstrate TurboKick Live basic moves. And number 3, apply TurboKick Live instructor skills to lead classes with participants of different ability levels. I had to look at what I wrote there. That one might scare some of you. It's gonna be okay. My goal today is to make you leave feeling confident that you will be able to practice at home and eventually be able to teach this yourself. Don't freak out. We're not gonna have a test, which is something super cool. Because I know when I got certified myself, we did have a bit of a form and technique sort of, I don't want to call it a quiz, but we did have to stand up in front of our master trainer and perform, and we got critiqued and kind of graded on what our form and technique was. But we're not doing that today, so don't worry about that. There's not going to be a test. You're going to leave, you're going to know all the things that you need to know in order to become a successful instructor and to lead successful classes. So, perfect. These are the rules for the day. There are 4 of them. They're super, super simple, but we need to really stick to these so that we can stay on track, stay on time, and then you can get everything out of this training that you possibly can. Just milk it for every last drop. So first one, I need everyone to actively participate. So that's asking questions, getting up on your feet, giving everything you've got in the master class, participating in the form and technique section of the class, working on musicality, all that kind of stuff. Just be a part of it. This is your workshop, so if you don't participate, then you're not going to get everything you can out of it, and I don't want that. So we want you to leave feeling confident. Super important on that. Number 2, be on time. You really want to make sure that we stick to the schedule today that I showed you earlier, just so that we can get through everything. There's a lot of material we're going to cover, and I want to make sure that we get everything in there, and then we have time for questions at the end, should you have those. Yeah? Great. Number 3, no distractions, so please, cell phones off. Try not to pay attention to what's outside. I know there are windows, so you can see outside the studio. Just zone in. We're here. Let's keep our focus so that we can get through everything that we need to. And number 4, and I added this. This isn't in our formula or whatever you want to call it as far as what I'm supposed to say. But number 4, just have fun. Today's supposed to be an exciting day. You're about to learn how to teach a class live. TurboKick is so much fun. It is literally a kickboxing party, which is what makes it so much fun and great for our participants. I keep saying fun. It is a really fun class. And that's why I love it so much, is because it did make fitness something that was enjoyable for me, and it wasn't such a grueling experience. So there you have it. That's all there. That's it. Pretty simple, right? So just a couple of things to kind of wrap up things at the end here. By the end of the day, you will be a TurboKick Live instructor. Boom. Pretty cool, right? From this moment, or by the end of the day on, you have instructor status for an entire year. If you choose to join Pro Team, which I very much encourage, and we'll talk about more about what that has to offer later, you will be an instructor as long as you are current paying your Pro Team dues, which is super cool. Pro Team's you'll get new rounds and all the stuff that we can go over here in just a few moments. So you have to make sure that just for a few more housekeeping things, if you get fidgety, if you need to go to the bathroom, you're adults, we can all go up and get to the bathroom and then come back. Just make sure you don't take too much time. I don't want you to miss out too much, but of course if you need to go wee-wee, go wee-wee, by all means. Does everybody know where the bathrooms is? Yeah, bathrooms are. If you need to know where mine is, it's just around this corner, right over there. Yeah? We're all good? Okay. All set, let's go. Let's move on.